And we are live. And we are back. It's the NFC Podcast. I'm Jose Santiago. Which way do I point? This way. That's my
I'm on.
partner.
I'm
You're on
over.
that side.
No shit.
That way. Yeah, it's like backwards on the cameras. I almost feel like we should apologize, right? It's taken us a while to get back online. I think some people were kind of upset because they were expecting us to be back. We're sorry. It's a little difficult between my job, my full-time job, training boxers at the gym, coaching my daughter's travel ball team, husband, father, you going to pizza parties and dates. I mean, you're like Mr. Casanova. Hey, can we meet? Can we talk about the show? I can't. I'm going on a date. I'm like, holy smokes.
The apology should come from you, not from me. I've been available the last 21 days. I have weigh-ins and fight night, and then not a lot going on outside of that.
You've been available for the last 40 plus years, my friend.
I have been. Yes. In a relationship, and it's complicated.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
You wouldn't know, but I think that's what MySpace used to say. But you haven't dated in 40 years.
I haven't. I have not dated in let's see. My wife and I have been together for 30 years. We're going on 30 years.
Jesus.
So yeah.
And how old are you?
I'll be 49 in March.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. All right. I found the right one. You're still looking. Don't dog me on it, man.
I'm not dogging you. I'm just saying it's been a while. Maybe you need to get out on dates. Maybe she's not the right one.
She's watching live. We got to be careful.
She kicked my ass in a marathon, so yeah. I'm not friends with her anymore. But everyone beat me in the marathon.
Yeah, my wife smoked you in the marathon.
Yeah, but we were neck and neck to mile 13 or 14, and that's when I went downhill and she kept going.
She just kept going, man. Well, anyway, Dave, listen, man, we got a stacked show. Like, I don't know how we're going to squeeze this in. We're going to try to squeeze it in about an hour or so. Might go a little bit over, but we have a big lineup, right? We have a recap of the Jesse Wabel's Amateur Series 2 back in October, which was NFC 139. We're going to talk to the two main event guys in that show. That show was freaking amazing. And then the main event was nuts. I mean, people are still talking about that main event. We're going to talk to the two guys, Mike Bardsley and Jonathan Francois. We're going to talk about the show now in November, NFC 140, which is on November 20th. We're back at Tannery Row. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk to the two guys in the co-main event on that one. We're pretty stoked about that fight as well. Travis Floyud and Josh Mayer are fighting in there. Then we're bringing on like the guy who made the biggest splash in our local scene last Saturday, Chris Barnett. He's fought in the NFC. This guy has fought. He's been in training camps with, so many big names. He's fought all over the world. Like I said, he fought for the NFC. I think it was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he fought at Cowboys for us in a Muay Thai fight. And surprisingly, that's the only time he's ever fought for the NFC. Like, we've never been able to get him matched up before. So it wasn't even an MMA fight, but at least we got to see him. And when we do our award show, I was thinking about the other day that he might be Breakthrough Fighter of the Year for Georgia. It's kind of crazy because he's fought over the whole globe. But he might be Breakthrough Fighter.
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting. I mean, I watched him on Ariel Helwani's podcast. Obviously, we're talking about Chris Barnett and his amazing knockout last Saturday for the UFC. And, I watched him on the Ariel Helwani MMA Hour podcast. And one of the things that I really like about Chris that I saw at the fight and, during the interview with Ariel Helwani was that he's the same dude. Like, he is the same guy, the same everything that everyone in the world saw at, when they were watching the UFC is what we saw when he was fighting for the NFC, which is really cool to see.
And Jesse Wabel just commented it was Chris Barnett and Bolo that had a 5-round war for the NFC before. So yeah, he's gone to war with our best local guy, Bolo.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then, just to kind of round out the show right at the very end, we're going to talk to Charlene Dickson. She is who I call the chief of operations at our shows. She's going to talk to us about the food drive. So I guess we're not doing the Toys for Tots this year. We're doing a food drive instead.
Yeah, so we haven't done the Toys for Tots we didn't do anything last year at the end. We haven't done the Toys for Tots, and she said she wanted to do this NFC holiday food drive. So I thought it was a super cool idea, and we're going to bring her on at the end of the show to tell us more about that and how you can donate money and where the food is going to go. And she wants it all to stay within the NFC community. Money come from fighters, trainers, fight fans, and money go to those left less privileged that can use these food items during the holidays. So we'll have Charlene on tell us more about that.
Cool. Well, I want to play a quick video, man. We got to jump right into this show before we run out of time. I want to jump into a quick highlight video of what was Jesse Wabel's Amateur Series 2. It was one hell of an event. It was awesome. It was my first time there. It was the second show at Tannery Row, but it was my first time there, and people were talking about it. We're talking about that first show. And I was like, all right, let's see what this is all about. And it exceeded my expectations. Let's take a look at the highlights and the recap of Jesse Wabel's Amateur Series 2. Holy smokes. That man, that show is special. The venue's awesome, right? Everyone told me about the venue. The crowd is, I mean, it's jam-packed. But there isn't really like a really bad seat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously not like a stadium, but it's still, I mean, everyone can see into the cage. The big screen with the live replays during the post-fight interviews, all of that was awesome.
Yeah, I think, what did Kimberly say? She felt like down near Cormier in there, where she could talk to the fighter and show the replay right there and go over it. So super cool venue. Bad thing is it's all the way out in Buford for us that don't live in Buford, but we're getting a hell of a Buford fan base. Lawrenceville, Gwinnett, all those people up there, a lot of guys from that area. And Mike Bardsley versus Jonathan Francois. Mike's from that area, and he brought a hell of a lot of fans. And I think he saw what is supposed to be the Jesse Wabel Amateur Series to take two guys that are amateurs that would normally be a fight 9, 10, 11 on a fight card. They got promoted to the main event. They got the video from Flatline Cinema, Jenny Lee and Julian, the title belt, the crowd. I mean, they got exactly what it's supposed to be for the Jesse Wabel Amateur Series.
Yeah, and that main event was crazy, right? I think it ended a little bit premature because of the cut. But Mike, two things. Number one, Jonathan's power is amazing, right? Yeah. I mean, he has proven that over and over and over again. And then you got Mike. Mike is a tank. The only way Mike was going to stop was if the referee and the doctor said, your cut is so bad that we can't let you continue. And you saw his reaction when the fight was stopped. I mean, he literally punched the cage. He was upset. He wanted to keep fighting. And Jonathan was game too. That was an amazing thing. Let's just jump right into the highlights of that fight. And then we'll talk to both Mike and Jonathan here in just a second.
Show this motherfucker how hard it's already, So I'm outside of the club and he think I'm a pawn. So I go to my heavy Chevy and pop the trunk. I told him, I ain't never stayed. I ain't never stayed. I ain't never stayed.
Technical knockout. Jonathan Francois.
Okay, so we are joined by Mike Bardsley himself. Mike, how are you?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Pretty good, man. How's that scar? How's it healing?
Guys, it's healing up nice.
Yeah. Talk to us about the fight, man. I mean, obviously it was a super exciting fight, man. I mean, from the minute the first bell rang till it was waved off, man. Talk to us about that fight. I mean, it was an amazing fight.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of anticipation, leading up to it. We were supposed to fight months before and, I ended up getting injured and, we had to put it off. And then, going into it, man, I knew what to expect. I knew to expect a war. And, that's exactly what it was. I was definitely super upset with the stoppage though. I don't know, man, we had 2 more rounds, and, y'all know just as much as I do, that anything can happen in a fight. It can turn around and go the other way, just that fast. And I've been down in probably half my fights, and then came back and ended up, finishing the guy or winning. So I was super upset, that it got stopped like that. But it is what it is, man. It's a fight game. Sometimes it's your night, and sometimes it's not. All respect to Jonathan, though. Like I said, great fight. He definitely worked on his wrestling, man, and the takedown defense. So yeah.
I was actually watching your mom during the fight. I was watching you, but then your mom was about 5 feet to my right, cage side, and she was probably the most angry, ballistic person when the fight was stopped. I've never seen a mother that mad when their son is that bloodied.
Yeah,
what do you
my
think
mom
about it
wasn't
now?
there,
Do you
so
think the fight?
it was probably one of my fans and my friends.
Look,
What?
have you watched the fight at all?
Oh yeah, I watched it.
Did you think the doctor stopped it at the right time, or did you think it should have gone on?
I mean, she was just doing her job, so yeah. I mean, she probably stopped it at the right time. It's a pretty bad cut, but for me personally, man, I put my whole heart into fighting. That's what I do, man. I fucking love doing it, and like I'm not gonna fucking quit. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna fucking keep going. It's kill or be killed, man, and that's the way that I really look at it. Yeah, there's a ref in there and all that, but that's how I look at it, and that's how I fight every time I get in the cage. And I don't fucking care if I'm cut or what happened. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep going. And that's just how I fight, man. So yeah, she was doing her job. I got super upset, and like kind of waved her off and stuff, and I apologized to her afterwards. For my attitude and all that, but that's I have a lot of emotion into it. You know what I mean?
Well, Mike, let's look forward a little bit. I mean, you had an awesome amateur career, right? You were the champion, but now you're taking the next step. Talk to us about that. How you came about that decision, and why now?
Man, I went 6-1 as an amateur. I did pretty well, and I'm 27 now. And I'm ready to start making some money, man. God willing, man. If I do good, I do good. If I don't, I don't. I enjoy fighting, man, win or lose. I just do it because I love doing it, man. And I'm ready to take that next step, and to up the competition, and to go in there and like start making some money.
Obviously, wants to make money. That's on you, dude.
We can work on that a little bit, but I was actually going to point out, with it being in your backyard and your incredible ticket sales last time, I don't want to tell people what you made, but in ticket commission, you made about more than some of our main event guys. So you did extremely well. Yeah, you did really good. Yeah. What do you think the difference in having in your backyard? I was going to say, what did you think the difference of having in your backyard made for you as far as your fan base there?
Yeah, like you said, the ticket commission, man, and then having all my friends and family come out and support me, man. That's definitely awesome. And if I'm fighting anywhere else, obviously not everybody can come out, so that was definitely grateful for that, man, and grateful that that Jesse allowed me to be on as a main event, and and that I had all my friends and family out there to support me, man, because that means a lot.
One question I had that I saw you made a post about last week, a little bit about your background. I never knew any of that stuff that you made the post about last week, and I don't think a lot of people know that either. Would you mind, telling the people watching what you post on Facebook?
Yeah, sure, man. I can go into it a little bit. So yeah, I am an addict, and I struggle with I've struggled with addiction. I started trying to get clean probably in my early 20s. I got into some pretty heavy stuff, and in and out of jail, on and off drugs. I ended up, getting involved in, in recovery and all that. And, I had some stints of clean time and, I ended up going back out one time and I overdosed on heroin and, it was like, I don't know, man, it's just a weird coincidence that anybody found me in the first place. I was staying in this guy's basement and, the people that I worked with, ended up coming over the next day and finding me. And, I had overdosed and I had aspirated, I had choked on my puke and, they found me, man. They called the police and, they got me to ICU and, I was in the hospital for about a week, I had tube down my throat and, it was a pretty close call. But it definitely opened my eyes, man. And it just gave me a hunger, to want to do the right thing, man. And, to change my life and to really get involved in the fighting, cause I've been in and out of training for years, man. And I never really took it seriously until that happened, and I just use that, man, as a motivation, man, to just really put my whole heart into it, man. And, and the reason I shared that story, I've never really, I've never really talked about it. I know a lot of people, didn't even know, like you said, but, I remember like struggling with all this stuff and, thinking that I was the only one, that I was alone in what I was going through. And, God, man, I just remember having some super hard times, man. And that's why I turned to drugs, and so I was hoping that, maybe by sharing that, maybe I give somebody else a little bit of hope, man, that, like recovery is possible, man, for people who are struggling with that or with mental illness. I struggle with that too. And you can do anything you put your mind to, man. You really, really can, with the right people in your corner, and just choosing the right people in your life, and God, like all things are possible, man. They really, really are, and I hope that somebody can see that and, to get a little bit of motivation, man, to not give up, because we lose too many people to, to mental illness, to suicides, I've had a couple friends, here within the past few months, man, who've killed themselves or, overdosed and, we lose too many people to it, man. And, I just want people to know that, that it is possible, to get through that stuff. So
the fight game in your gym definitely helped you get through it.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. My gym, man, I love my gym so much. It's like my family. It really is, and the fighting and my teammates and my friends, man, they've all helped me through so much, man. And it's, without it, man, I know that I would go back down the same road, life, really.
Well, that's awesome, Jonathan. Mike, so do you have anything booked? I mean, when did the doctor say you can get back in there and mix it up again?
Yes, I don't know yet. I've been having a little bit of irritation in one of my shoulders. They gave me a shot last week or whatever, and we're just watching it or whatever. So I don't know. I'm probably taking it easy for the holidays, man. Going to eat some pizza and wings and stuff, and chill out, and then I'm hoping early next year, maybe February, getting back in there and making my pro debut.
I will say that, in my opinion, win, lose, or draw, that was the fight of the year, in my opinion. But not only that, how courageous you were and what you went through in that fight. I think it was the second round, you were down by the cage, and he came up with a huge head kick. Your fingers were almost on the ground, but they came up. But that head kick to the face would have knocked out 99.9% of guys out there. And I know it staggered you in there, but, it was one of the most courageous fights I've seen in a number of years. So you have that vote from me.
Yeah, I mean, it was I got fucked up the second round, but like I said, man, I'm gonna keep coming, dude. Unless you knock me out cold or choke me out or the time runs out, I'm gonna keep coming, and it's always gonna be like that.
And I think your huge fan base that came out last time, that's what they want to see, those kind of fights. So as many tickets as you sold last time, I think you're going to sell twice that next time you fight, whether it be in Buford or Midtown or wherever you fight. I that's the kind of fight that, you know, your fans want to see.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, I have a lot of people who love and care about me and support me and what I'm doing, man. So I'm grateful. They definitely all come out and support. That's for sure.
That's awesome. Well, Mike, listen, man, we want to wish you the best, man. Thank you. First of all, thank you for putting on such a great show at your last fight. That was awesome. That obviously helped out the NFC. Makes my job easier as a ring announcer when I go in there. But we're looking forward to your pro career, man. And we wish you nothing but the best, man. Hopefully that eye heals and your shoulder heals up soon. Eat all the pizza you want for Christmas and chicken wings because you deserve it, dude. And we'll see you at the beginning of next year, man.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Mike. Cool dude, man.
Yeah.
He's a
hell
nice
of a
guy,
story.
man. Yeah, it is one heck of a story. I saw his Facebook post as well. And he was like in a hospital bed, like he overdosed. I was like, holy smokes, man, this guy, you just never know what some of these people have been through.
Yeah, I guess his gym knows that, his friends know that, his family know it, but you know, I've known him for a couple of years and I've never known that story at all. So he posted it out there. So, you know, hopefully him telling it, you know, might help some people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, we've got somebody sitting on the deck here that I'm gonna bring in, and it was his competitor that night. You know, it takes two to tango, and Jonathan put on one heck of a performance. So let's bring in Jonathan. Jonathan,
Hey.
what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on with y'all?
What's
The
up, brother?
caveman.
I can't hear Oblast, man. I got him on my TV, but I can't hear him. So, I mean, I might answer you a little bit late, man, but it's all right. I can't hear Oblast, man. I got him on my TV, but I can't hear him. So, I mean, I might answer a little bit late, man, but it's all right.
We hear him double right now.
Then Jose, why don't you take some?
Oh, well, Oblast, I can't talk to you there, man. It's only me and Throwdown in.
Yeah, let's do it. Hey, man, so listen, man. So obviously I'm a huge fan, right? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to be completely honest with you, Jonathan, why I'm a huge fan. Okay.
Right,
don't get mad at me about this. Okay.
Tell me.
When I see a tall, lanky dude walk into the cage, right?
Right.
I'm like, you know, he's probably going to be slick and he's going to be on the outside. He's going to probably try to stay away. But when I see a tall, lanky dude like you walk in with the massive power behind the right hand, I'm like, where the heck does that come from? But, you know, it reminds me shades of like John Jones, right? Bones Jones. They call him Bones Jones for a reason. When he came out, tall, lanky, and all of a sudden he goes out there and he handles his business. Where's the power come from, man?
Hey, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I've been knocking guys out since I was a kid, dog. Since I was like 13 years old, you know, I grew up in a rough neighborhood. And, you know, I've always been big. I've always been tall. So I've always been looked at like a grown man. So I've always had to tangle with grown men, like honestly, my whole life, bro. So I'm used to the thumping. So it is what it is.
Yeah. And you came out that night. It was extraordinary. I mean, the only shadow that we have casted on that one night was the weight problem, right? You came in a little bit heavy, couldn't grab the title. It was just a little bit heavy. I mean, it wasn't nothing outrageous, but rules are rules, man. Yeah.
I respect it. It was 0.6. I weighed in at another scale. I swear I was at 55, but it is what it is. I came in at 59. I had an hour to lose to 2 pounds. I was out in the parking lot running, trying to get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stay focused. And I just came up 6 ounces short. That was a real bummer because I really wanted to bring the belt to my gym. I promised my granddad, who passed away during the training camp, that I would bring that belt home. So that really, it didn't take my motivation from me, but it really kind of bothered me a little bit. But I just kept pushing through it, man. And, you know, did my thing.
Yeah. At 0.6, and I think Mike Bardsley would agree as well. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal.
He didn't even care. Honestly, when I came in, when I weighed, because he was standing right there, he was like, it was like 59. I was like, whoa. He's like, man, I don't care about weight. I was like, that's a warrior right there, but I'm still gonna try and get it down, dog. You know what I mean? So talking about the fight itself, you hit this dude with everything but the kitchen sink, man. Like, what was going through your mind when this dude? Like, there was one time where you dropped him. And I thought for sure it was over. And as soon as you dropped him, he popped right back up. How do you keep, you know, what's going through your mind and how do you stay focused? Like, man, what am I going to have to hit this dude with? That man had that Tyson Fury spirit, boy, on God, bro. Like, I remember just measuring out that uppercut because I had caught him with 2 before that. And I was like, I'm going to get him. And I hit him. I mean, I'm talking about, I feel my entire fist under his chin. And I'm like, I turn around like it's over. And by the time I get around, he's up. And I'm like, in my head, like if you watch, I'm like, ah, dang. I'm like, geez. I'm like, how much more? It is what it is, though.
And then the head kick. You know, you hit, like Oblas mentioned when we were talking to Mike, you hit anybody with that head kick, they're not getting up, man.
Dog.
That dude got up. I was like, Jonathan's gonna have to kill this man.
He kept it pushing, like nothing happened. Like I was like, what? And I like, as soon as I kicked him, I seen the cut get bigger, and I was like, oh man, I know he felt that. Ain't no way. And I was like, yo, what?
Yeah. But the great thing, to compliment you is that you did keep your composure, right? I mean, you stayed calm, you stayed focused. It looked like you had a great game plan. What was the game plan coming in?
Honestly, the game plan was like, keep this man away from me. I know they said I wasn't a good wrestler, you know what I'm saying? I hyped it up that I don't do wrestling, but I wrestled with Willie Goggins, who was one of the best wrestlers out here. Our whole team is really based around wrestlers. I'm just one of the few striking guys. So I mean, I'm not going to say he underestimated it, but I feel like he was just, hoping that all he had to do was really get the shot. And I'm pretty sure his team hyped him up for that. And just keep an uppercut on him, man. Just keep an uppercut on him. As long as you stay long and keep an uppercut on him, there's nothing he can do. And my clinch game is really good. I'm taller, I'm lankier. I'm not a judoka yet, but I'm on my way there. So I got it real good in the clinch. So I already knew I was going to have a good time there anyway. So as soon as we locked up in the clinch, as soon as he felt my strength, I'm just not some skinny tall guy. Like, yeah, it's different. So then he had to strike. He got a couple shots off, but like that's my wheelhouse. Is where I like to play. You pop me, I'm gonna smile at you, pop you one back.
Right.
So
that's awesome. Well, just like him, man, you decided to make a change. You decided to turn pro.
Yeah.
What was that based on? How did you come to that decision?
I got a daughter, man. I got a daughter. Her name's Olivia, and she's got autism. And I gotta, somebody gotta be the breadwinner. Somebody gotta make it for her. Not only that, this has been my dream since I was in high school, man. I've been a kid, just dreaming about this, just the opportunities that I'm having now. This right here, being on here with Throwdown himself. This is crazy to me. But this is all I've ever wanted, man, just to be the best at this right here. I want to go far at this. I want to be a world champion. I'm trying to take this all the way, like how Nate going, how Robert, I know he on his way, how Night Train, all them. I'm going to be there with them. I'm one of the best out here. I'm going to show them that Atlanta got some real hands out here, that we got real talent, and that we out here to really show them something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. And hopefully you'll graduate from this podcast and make it to like an Ariel Hawani and from talking to Jose Santiago, you'll be talking to Bruce Buffer one day. Hopefully that'll be the goal. That's what'll put a smile on my face. I'm always going to
come back to Throwdown. I can promise you that, regardless of what happens. Y'all can play this back in a couple years. I'm always going to come back to Throwdown just to get some interviews in first. You never hear from me, man. Yes,
I can appreciate that. Oblas, you got any questions as you sit there smiling? Because you're going to have to pay this man too soon. He's going pro, man.
Since Jonathan can't hear me, or he's claiming he can't hear me, I think we should ban him. One, he beat my top ticket seller in Mike Bardsley. And now two, he's acting like he can't hear any questions I have. So Jonathan Francois is now banned from the NFC.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Tell me what he's saying.
I guess the one thing I'm curious on is, did he listen to Mike's interview and know anything about his past battles that he had?
He's asking if you knew anything about Mike's past. I don't know if you listened to the interview and yeah. And what are your thoughts about that?
Dog, I didn't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing that he went through a past. You know what I'm saying? I have a past myself like that, in the same type of struggles. Maybe not as deep as him, you know what I mean? But that's amazing, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Just to be able to come from any type of struggle and make it into the game that we in now, because people think that this ain't no physical, it's a mental game. And for somebody to go through those type of struggles and then be able to bounce back and be one of the best in Georgia amateur like that, like, hey man, that's mad respect. You know what I'm saying? I understand it too, because I was homeless for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to fight a long time when I was younger, and moved out to California to go fight. Things didn't go too well, you know what I'm saying? Got mixed up in the streets too much, and kind of gave up on my dream, man, and was really just a homeless dude out there in California, just hoping that something would happen. And then, I wanted more for myself. And then I came back and then just got with Willie and them and just started fighting again, and just got back on my feet and became who I feel like is a more professional being right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm where I need to be at. I'm where I need to be at. I made a lot of mistakes in life. You know, I'm 30 years old. I know a lot of guys start when they're younger. I was younger when I started, but I gave it up, you know what I'm saying, thinking that I wasn't able, because all that I would always think I'm doing all this training, man, I ain't nowhere. Why I ain't getting nowhere? So I kind of gave it up. But that's a problem with a lot of young black guys. They feel like everything's supposed to be instant right then and there, but it's not going to be like that. It takes hard work and dedication. So that's another thing that motivates me to keep doing what I do. So people who are like me can see, like, look, it ain't going to be easy. It's going to be hard, but you're going to get there as long as you work hard and just keep it pushing.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's great. And you are headed in the right direction, man. We can't, you know, I can't tell you how excited I am. Do you have anything lined up yet? Have you heard anything?
Nah, I haven't heard anything. I was on Tapology, you know, meal planning, you know what I'm saying, looking at a couple guys, trying to figure out who's going to be next, you know what I'm saying. Caveman season going to start soon. But right now, I'm just really getting back to training, you know what I'm saying, trying to get them sponsors down. I just got my first sponsor, Pat's Poutine. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot with autism kids, and they're just real good, humble guys, man. And I just enjoy working with them, so that's cool. So I'm just trying to lock down the business part of the game. You know what I'm saying? The fight part is, you know, I'm not gonna say that's gonna be easy, but that's just what I do. You know what I'm saying? I do that. You know what I'm saying? This is me. But the business part, marketable, you know what I'm saying, being more marketable and stuff, I'm working on that part right now. But with my manager right now, Jasmine, she's one of the best managers out there. With my team, with Savage Squad, with my sponsors that I'm locking down now, we gonna take over the game, man, and we just gonna show them that we the best out here, and that we can continue to throw hands with some of the best ones out there.
That's awesome. Well, Jonathan, listen, man, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us about that amazing main event, that great fight. We look forward to seeing you as a pro, man, and watching that right hand land on some folks. We look forward to it.
It's really the left. I'm gonna let you know what I'm saying, secret hush hush, but it's really the left. But people just let me smack them with the right because they scared of the left, so it just happened like that. You know what I mean? But y'all really about to see your boy really transform. Y'all, you know, they let me get these little easy KOs. I'm not gonna say they easy like that, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't really showed y'all nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that really spars with me and sees me in the gym, they see how your boy really get down. I'm not just some street guy out here just throwing hands. I can do a whole lot, but I just need somebody to stand in there long enough to really take all the punishment and really get beat up long enough. You know what I mean? So pro season gonna start. Look out for you, boy.
God, I like it, man. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you next year, my man.
Hey, you already know it, man. Let's take over.
All right.
Throw down.
All righty. He made me feel famous, man.
Yeah, he made me feel like a piece of crap. You won't see Jonathan Francois fighting the NFC for 3 months. He's now 3 months suspension.
Listen, man.
Next person that act like they can't hear me, it's a 6-month suspension.
I'm going to. I'm just going to announce his name even when he's not fighting. I'm just going to announce him, dude. Yeah, no, but that was awesome, man. It's exciting to talk to two guys like that have, you know, did well as amateurs, and it's exciting to see what they're gonna do in the pro ranks.
And Jesse actually shared with us last week an email that he sent to Jesse a few years ago, looking to get his first fight many years ago. And then after he won the fight against Mike and decided to turn pro, he screenshotted that message to Jesse Wable saying like, hey man, look what we've done the last couple of years. I was bugging you, you know, whatever it was a couple of years ago to get a fight. You know, now I'm making my pro debut. And he's like, I owe it all to you and the sport and the NFC. So it's kind of cool seeing Jonathan Francois show that kind of, you know, respect for what he's done, where he's come.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's transition, man. We got a huge fight card coming up next week. We're back at Tannery Row next Saturday. Thank God it's not on a Friday, because getting there on a Friday was absolutely brutal. But we're back at Tannery Row for NFC 140, is it?
Yeah, 140. And it is Buford's far from you and me, but you actually showed up early for that compared to where at District a couple months ago, you're about 20 minutes late.
First time.
And Kimberly had to start the national anthem for you because you weren't on time. So
I was late.
About one drive, but you show up late to the other one.
I was late once in almost 20 years. Give me a freaking break, man.
But yes, it is on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's an all ages venue. It's a super cool venue. Ticket sales started out slow, but now I think we have 11 cage side seats, no tables of 10, no tables of 4, only 3 tables of 6 left, I think. So ticket sales have gone extremely well about the last 2 weeks. And I think it was difficult because we hyped up the Jesse Wable Amateur Series so much. That show was a sellout. That this one, now it's just a rinky-dink and NFC coming after the Jesse Wable Amateur Series. So, but it would be the first pro fight we've ever had at Tannery Row. So it was our third show there, first professional. I think I said it when we did the Pink Pony show. It's the first professional sporting event ever at Tannery Row. And that's how you got to sell it.
Yeah, it works, man. It at least sounds great.
It sounds cool. Yeah.
It does. It sounds great. So we have a really cool main event that a lot of people locally are talking about. We've got Travis Floyd versus Josh Mirror, and a lot of people are talking about this
co-main
event, right? And Travis Floyd, great hands. Josh Mirror is one of those guys that is just strong, always comes to fight, man. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the preview, I guess, if you want to call it that, to their fight.
I'm Travis Floyd, aka Flo Entertainment, fighting out of Kelly Davis Kill Squad. My opponent is Josh Marr.
My name is Josh Marr. I'm fighting out of American Top Team Lima, fight at 145. I've been preparing for Travis for about 3-4 months now. He's got some hands, but to me, he's a one-trick pony. He's just gonna box, he's just gonna run away. There's nothing that he can bring to the table that is gonna put me on my ass.
I like the fact that he feels confident. That's gonna make it even better than when I beat him. I'm better than him on all aspects of footwork, punch selection. I'm just gonna beat him up for 3 rounds.
I don't see this fight going any other way but with my hand raised.
Josh Marr, I'll see you soon on November 20th. Just show up and get ready for a good fight.
I'm fighting November 20th at Tannery Row in Buford, Georgia. And I'm gonna drag him to deep waters.
Come and see your boy. I'll find no smoke.
So with that said, we've got both of these fighters waiting on deck to talk to us. We're going to talk to Travis first. Travis, how are you, man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing great. Thanks for taking time out here to join us on the podcast. You're actually at work, aren't you?
I am at work, yeah.
What is work?
Model police officer at the train station.
Wow.
I just took all my stuff off because I wasn't gonna give them no shout out, so I took all my stuff off and gave it to my homeboy.
So if you get a call right now, you've got to quickly put all your gear on and run out to the station.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's why I asked my partner. He listening to my radio, so he gonna do that for me. So I just have to get him back later on.
Mm-hmm. So we just showed the highlight video of what you guys are in store, and you heard him talking some junk. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts about the fight?
My thoughts about the fight gonna be what everybody do against me. I ain't gonna say I feel. I know I got better hands, better footwork than everybody in the MMA game because they don't really concentrate on that stuff. People just really try to do enough punches to get in, to take you down. And I got a lot of respect for ATT. I trained there, actually. I used to cross-train ATT. They great wrestlers. They great on the ground. They great grinders. So I know what to expect from them. So that's why I'm super focused. So he should feel confident because he feel like I'm like not that good on the ground because when I was going there, I had just started wrestling probably that day. So we'll see what happens when my range of distance and punch selection against his ability to wrestle. We'll see what happens.
Have you looked up any of his stuff at all? Is there anything you think his weakness? Watch anything?
No, see, my philosophy is I don't look at film on anybody. I just try to. I feel like when you look at film, 2 things can either happen. Either you're going to overestimate somebody depending on the matchup they had, or you can underestimate somebody depending on the matchup they had. So I just prefer to believe he's going to be the best grappler, best striker, and then prepare as that he's the best fighter in the world. I don't want to have no preconceived notions that cause me to fight a different type of way because of what he's doing. Because at the end of the day, I can look at film, but he going to change what he did way back then. That film might be from a year from now. He not just sitting still doing the same stuff he did a year ago. So he going to add stuff to his game. He might, so that back then his hands might be terrible. His foot might be terrible. Now it could be 10 times better. So you go into the fight thinking, oh, he can't do this, that, and the third. And then he beat you with that exact thing you thought he couldn't do. Kind of like what your boy Francois just said, when they thought he couldn't wrestle. But then he come out and he have been wrestling. So you can't believe nothing you see. Everything in this game is smoke and mirror. So you just got to go and concentrate on yourself.
Tell us a little bit about the Kelly Davis Kill Squad. We don't get too many fighters out of there. Tell us about who trains there and the gym.
So it started off with, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Philip Rowe. He in the UFC. So he was training down with Phil Rowe and the whole Fusion crew. So Kelly Davis, I'll just give you a background on Kelly Davis real quick. Kelly Davis is a boxing coach. Initially, he got 3 WBA champions with his brother Kelvin Concrete Davis. They won a WBA championship at the cruiserweight division. And then he switched over to Ken Shamrock team and was coaching their team with their boxing, while, of course, Ken Shamrock was doing wrestling and whatever and whatnot. And so he met Phil probably about, I want to say, 6 years ago. Been training Phil up from zero to now you see he in the UFC. So Night Train, my training partner I'm with every day, he went down to Florida to get Julian. He had fought Julian, and Julian invited him down to Florida to come with those guys. Coach saw him down there and asked him, you know, I can help you with your striking because it wasn't as good back then. And so he got with Jared, the Night Train. He came here and he saw me. We met at S3. He asked me to spar, actually, and I thought it was going to be easy. I run 10 miles a day, so I'm thinking I'm just going to outlast this old dude. So I get in there. He beat me to sleep with, like, just body punches. He wouldn't even hit me in the face, just body punches. So and after that, I was like, shoot, I hired him. And I had been trying to get a fight for like 2 years at S3, and they would never give me a fight. I got with Kelly Davis, and then 3 weeks later, I was fighting on March 20th, my first fight, 8 months ago. So it's me, Jerry Night Train Gooden, Philip Rowe, and now we have Mayo also just came over.
Okay. So I think this is your 4th fight for the NFC, right?
Let me think.
Looking online, you follow Tyler Barber.
Yep, it's my 4th fight. Three of them was amateur, and this is my first pro fight for the NFC.
Yep.
Correct.
Give us a prediction. Give us walk us through how do you anticipate the fight going next week?
I anticipate me coming out there, and they call it what he say, he ain't gonna do them a runaway. So I guess they untrained out, I'm running away. I call it with range and distance. Keep my range and distance. He gonna eventually, get, I want to say, impatient, stupid shots, run into the long jab, run into uppercuts, body shots, this, that, and the third. And I never just say I'm gonna knock somebody out, because to say that, you gotta be just knocking people out of training. And I'm not gonna lie, I ain't just knocking everybody out in training. So in my mind, it's gonna be I'll beat them up for 3 rounds. And, if the knockout comes, we work for the knockout. But like I said, I ain't just knocking people out in training, so I can't just say, oh, I'm about to knock him out. So yeah, I believe it'll go the whole round, and I just beat him up the whole time because he don't understand range of distance. None of them do. So he just gonna keep being impatient, jab, head movement. He ain't gonna be able to hit nothing. So it is what it is. That's what I know is gonna happen actually.
Well, that's awesome, man. We are totally looking forward to this co-main event. I know that you're going to bring it. We know that Josh is going to bring it, and we look forward to it, man. We'll see you at the weigh-ins, and then we'll see you next Saturday at Tannery Road. Thanks for taking time out and talking to us.
All right. Appreciate y'all for having me. Shout out to MC.
Thanks, Travis.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I like him. He talks.
He does talk. Like it's a and it didn't come off as trash talking. He just seems very confident.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know somebody else who's confident. So we're gonna bring him in right now, and it's Josh. Josh, what's going on, man?
How's it going, guys?
Well, we just talked to your opponent for Saturday night, man. What do you got to say?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a good fight. I mean, I know he's very athletic. I mean, I have nothing but respect for my opponent. I just don't think that he has the experience and the time in the cage that I do. I mean, he's going to come and he's going to bring his all, and I'm cool with that. Maybe he's worked on some things and he's prepared on some things. I don't think he's got anything that I haven't seen before. I'm going to be so surprised about. I mean, he wants to box. I'm ready to meet him in the middle. Let's box. I want to show everybody different facets of what I can do. Because I'm not just I'm a well-rounded fighter. He's just a one-sided fighter. So I'd rather beat him at his game. What is wrong?
We can only see the goatee.
There it is. There you go. There you go.
So you had one of the best fights I've ever seen in the NFC against Charleston Pugh. I don't want to boost your ego too much, but that was probably one of the best fights I've seen in about 10 years. Are you hoping to get another fight like that, or do you just want to sub the guy in one round?
No, I like exciting fights. I like feeling the crowd. I live for that moment, those 15 minutes out there in that cage. Every day when the fight's over, that's the first thing I'm thinking about is when I can get back out. And then if you talk to anyone that I train with, Mike Bardsley, any one of these people, they'll tell you how much I love this. People have to fight me to take days off.
I gave you the gloves from that fight, didn't I?
Yes, I have them right here.
Yeah, I think I mailed them to you because after every fight, I've got to clean the gloves. And I remember those gloves were just too disgusting, no matter how much rubbing alcohol I put on them to clean them. So I think I just said, what's your address? And I sent them to you. So
yeah.
Did you clean them?
No, they're still sitting out here all bloody.
Well, what is the game plan? What is the game plan for Saturday night? I mean, you mentioned it, and he didn't deny it when we talked to him, right? He's obviously a slick boxer. He likes to stick and move. What's your game plan to kind of counter that?
I'm just going to see what's open. I'm not going out there with anything in mind. I'm just seeing what's open. I know that I can. Mike Bardsley, come on, man. I know that I could beat him anywhere, standing on the feet, on the ground. I'm just going to see what's open and go. I'm going to be able to let things go a little bit more. I'm not afraid of him shooting. I wish he would make my job easier, but I want this fight to be known on the feet. I feel like this is going to be a great striking fight for me. I don't have to worry about him feeling my power and him shooting. So I can let some combos go and feel good about it,
You got a prediction?
I'm going to finish him by round 2.
I can take that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Josh, do you have a ring name? Am I supposed to be saying something in between your first name and your last name?
Danger.
Done. I'm going to write that down. I want to make sure I get that down because I've been announcing your name for a long time, and I didn't know. I was like, does this guy have a ring name? Now I know it's Danger. Danger it is.
So what about fighting in your hometown? It's an all-ages venue. It's 5 minutes from your gym. I know you fought all over Atlanta for us. What does that mean for your crowd, your ticket sales, your family to finally come watch you?
I've got people flying in for this fight from different states, like 5 different states. This is going to be an exciting fight. I don't get to fight in Georgia very often anymore since I went pro. I've done a lot of traveling for my fights. My last fight was for CES up in Rhode Island. So it's pretty cool. A lot of people are asking me, like, when are you going to fight out here? When are you going to fight out here? And I find it's exciting to be able to fight close to home, close to my family. My kids will be at this event. I normally don't let them come to these events, but I'm real excited for this one, so I feel like it's going to be good for everybody, and then we get to Thanksgiving and get to eat after this and celebrate. So I'm excited.
Well, we're excited too, man. We really are. I'm looking forward to seeing you back in the NFC cage and just watching you do your thing. Thank you so much, Josh, for taking time out to talk to us, talk about next Saturday, and we look forward to an exciting fight.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thanks. Take care.
Have a good day.
All right. That's going to be a fun fight to watch, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
I'm glad he's not cleaned those gloves off. I think they're more special with all the blood and the potentially HIV and hepatitis B and C on them. So don't ever clean those gloves. Leave them up there and don't let your kids touch them.
Well, just the fact that you sent them back to him means that blood, you couldn't clean it, because I know your cheap ass was not giving up gloves.
No, I tried to clean it. I put in the dishwasher. I put in the wash machine. I put it everywhere, and I could not clean those gloves. So, yeah, that's $50 down the drain. So, I think that was about 3 years ago, so I deducted it from his purse money this weekend.
I wouldn't doubt it for 1 second. So, listen, we have a guest waiting right now. I see him, and I'm going to bring him in a second. I'm
surprised he came on.
Man, I am so excited to talk to this dude. I'm going to bring him on. I don't even need to introduce him, but Chris Barnett.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Like an absolute, I feel like I'm in front of a rock star. Talk about a glow up. Talk about an explosion in 1 week, man. How's life?
Right. Who different, man? A little different now. Now it's the same. I'm trying to keep it. Keep it. We're here. We're here. We did that weekend, but we're right back to where we're at. You know what I mean? Keep the grind going.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the great things. I was talking to
You tell him to mute it.
What's that?
Hey, Chris, we're getting a huge echo. Do you have your is your speakers on or something?
Nah, I got the headphones in. Let me see.
Are you hearing it, Jose?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Let's see. It's a little bit better. Yeah. We can deal with it. But one of the things, Chris, that was great was that I think a lot of people were. We lost him. Well, I was just going to say, as soon as he comes back, I'll bring him back. But one of the things that I was going to say is what you and I were talking about earlier is that what everyone saw in the UFC, right? What everyone saw in the UFC, the way he was dancing, the way he was acting. Oh, here, I think he's back. Let's see. Let's give it a try here.
Yeah, me and technology. We're gonna have this battle all night. I have a feeling.
No, that's okay. We just hear a terrible echo whenever we talk to you. So I hear myself. I don't know if everyone else listening can hear it. Charlene, I see you on deck. Can you hear the echo as well? Yeah, Charlene's nodding her head. That's better. Whatever happened, that's a little bit better.
They made it a little better?
Yeah. That's better.
Okay.
Charlene, that's better. Nod your head, yes?
Yes.
Slightly. Okay, cool. So Chris, what I was saying was that, a lot of people saw you for the first time because it was such a big UFC pay-per-view, a big show. That was even though it was your second fight in the UFC, it was the first time that they got to see you. But what was really heartwarming for people like us in the NFC was that's the Chris that we've known the entire time.
Right.
The dance, there was no show. Like you didn't become somebody else. There was no show. That's, you danced on your way to the ring. You did that at the NFC. Yeah. When the fight was over, you gave credit to your opponent, win, lose, or draw. You did the same thing. It was just awesome to see, man. Just to know that you were, like you said, right here. You stayed grounded the entire time.
Yeah, man. Got to. Like, you've seen it happen too many times. These dudes get, one shot, and then boom, blow it, being arrogant or whatever. My life literally just trying to stay humble has always gone the right way for me. So why not keep on it? What do they say? If it ain't broke, then don't try to fix it,
Yeah, I watched your interview with Ariel Hawani on the MMA Hour, and what you said 100,000 followers overnight.
Yeah, it's at 171K now. Like before I got to New York, I was at like 48. And that was just off of the grind. Doing a couple spin kicks here over in Korea and Japan and whatnot, and then do another spin kick here in the States, and boom, it shoots up overnight, man.
Well, I mean, obviously everyone saw the fight, and one of the things that I'm really interested in talking to you about, Chris, is that, in the NFC community, we have a lot of fighters that want to get to that level. And some of them, Oblas and I have been around forever, right? We've been around for almost 20 years doing this for the NFC. And there's a lot of guys that give up, man. There's a lot of guys that say, what, I'm done, man. What do you have to say to some of the guys that are fighting now that, maybe tinkering and thinking about something like, maybe I should just give this up?
Yeah, literally the definition of don't give up. It gets to a point to where I've seen it financially. Sometimes you have to give up, and I've never been afraid to go back to retail. You know what I mean? I was out here door dashing, so if you want it bad enough, you're not gonna let this go, regardless of what happens. Like literally 10 years ago, I was offered Bellator and kind of UFC type things, but stuff went sideways. So could have gave up there, and I was like, nah, let me keep doing it. I don't really. My drive for it is different. That's one reason why I don't give up. I love the entertainment aspect of it. So me giving up on that would be me giving up on them, giving up on the fans and whatnot, giving up on those people that have been sending me messages talking about some, man, I was about to stay in bed, but I popped up today. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't give up now. Definitely. That's what I love about the encore of love that I'm getting. This is going to make me work 10 times harder, because getting up, seeing that message of who we, dude, I don't know how you did it, but I'm working on it. You know what? He's working on it, so now I got to work on something even better, for him to, to achieve, So, yeah, it's oh man, I don't know. It's an overwhelming feeling when you do get that door closed in your face several times, but it's just me being the juggernaut. I'm gonna head down and run through right through that next door. They honestly, when they say one door closes, 50 more open, for real. Like, okay, this didn't go, then go do something else over there, and then make them go, ooh man, we should have got that guy a lot sooner. You know what I mean? Ooh, we should have picked them up, boom, or make your money somewhere else. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes think that the UFC is, this and that. I mean, I'm not saying me personally. I've been doing. They've been taking great care of me in and outside of the promotion. But there's other promotions out there that are willing to pay. But you also, it's people will forget to fall back on. It's what you're putting out there. If you go out there and just wrestle the whole time. Do if you go out there and do what everybody's seen before, then you're gonna get that same type of thing. You go out there and do something people haven't seen, then those that's what you'll get out of it. But yeah, not to be cliche, honestly, just don't give up. Like, I've been in here, scars and all, finally getting what I quote unquote feel like I deserve.
So I'm kind of the dork that stays up to about 3 a.m. watching the Dana White. They call it the Dana White scrum interviews afterwards, because the fights here don't end till what, 1:15, 1:30 in the morning. So I lay in bed watching the Dana White interviews till 3 a.m. And when they asked him about you, he said something like, "Don't judge a book by its cover."
Yeah.
How difficult has it been an MMA fighter that you're a little bit overweight, where some of the fighters are 150 pounds, solid muscle? When you tell people I'm an MMA fighter, what's that been like?
It's all they will either call me an anomaly or just don't believe me type thing. It gets me out of a lot of stuff. Like, say something goes on downtown, they're like, well, we know that guy didn't do anything. It's like, yeah. But nah, it's it's weird to technically, if I went to a doctor right now, I'd be considered morbidly obese. Like, it is what it is. I'm not afraid to admit that. It is what it is. I don't know if you've seen that meme. They've got this like big bodybuilder, then they got a picture of me next to him saying, imagine telling your girl this is the guy you really got to watch out for. Now it's it is what it is with not having the quote unquote look of things. I thought, Roy Nelson was going to squash that stereotype for me. And then DC, when he came in, I literally have gotten brought into camps because of our same body style, So I thought, people would be used to it, but then here we go. Here comes another one. What the world is going on? But if you're going to be in this body, you got to do something with it. All right. So therefore,
That's right.
I'm taking advantage of my little round body, But
I mean, I think most people is when they envision an MMA fight promoter, they don't envision a guy that's 5 feet 4 inches. So I'm kind of an abnormality there as well. So we're both a little bit different. But also, since you kind of exploded this past weekend, what has the conversation been like with the people? Not only Dana White, but the people in the UFC. Like, now that you kind of came out, how are they treating you?
I can honestly say no different from when I first got in there. Like, and that's what's beautiful about it. Like, the conversations are a little bit longer now, I'll say, but nothing different really, dude. Like, it's weird because of the whole stigma that they get, and you kind of go in there, with your defense up, but then you're like, wait a minute, why are they being so nice, or I don't want to say I just caught a good wave, because you hear things, well, this person's in there, so this is going on, that person's in there, so this is going on. Me and Dana are great, like, you know what I mean, like, as far as it goes with me, like, at this last weigh-in, that was literally one of the first times I've actually been able to, talk to him. I told him I apologized for my first performance. I said, just wait. I told him straight up. I was like, yo, just wait for in the next couple of hours, sir, just wait. And he looked at me, gave me that little smile, and I was like, I think he understood. I think he heard me, but nah, there's no real difference in how they treat me, man. And it's, everything's been great. Like, Actually, I got another email 2 days ago, them checking on my heel. Like, they want to make sure you're good, So conversations have started out perfect and are still going perfectly well with me.
When you do that flip after the fight, you don't land on your feet.
No.
Did that
Batman
hurt?
front flip, baby? No, it's I got booty back there, man. I got meat back there. I know one dude was like, "Hey, man, thanks a lot. I crushed my tailbone trying to do this," and I was like, "Ugh." There's a certain way you got to tuck, and then those mats aren't that hard. They're it's not. I'm not doing it on concrete, but yeah, no, I got some meat back there, and I know you gotta as soon as you're about to hit, you gotta kind of suck, suck up or whatever. But I'm good. My tailbone's intact.
Well, going back to the talks with the UFC, I mean, I know it's only been a week, but I heard you say that you're ready to go. Have they talked to you about anything?
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I don't know if y'all saw Bam Bam. Something happened with his visa, so he can't fight. What is it? The 20th. Yeah, there was the 20th. I called Scott up. I was like, "Hey, look, hey, was like, make a phone call." But I think something's going on with it. I think they either got somebody or whatever. But yeah, dude, I'm looking to bounce back as soon as possible. I had Carlos. I don't want to mess up his name. Carlos Felipe or something like that. He just fought Andre Arlovski.
That's the one that called you
mentioned. He was like, "Hey, great show. I would love to fight you." I looked him up. I was like, "Yes, let's do it." You know what I mean? He's a guy up in the higher ranks. We're all in this for a reason. To climb the ranks. Me personally, I'll take the turtle race. To get to the top or whatever. Yeah. But to me, perfect caliber. The way he asked respectfully. You know what I mean? That's another big thing I'm on too. It's perfect for both of us. You know what I mean? He's coming off of a loss. I'm coming off of a big win. He's 3-1 in his last 4. You know what I mean? And to lose to Arlovski still got that glow. He's still got that glow in there, baby. So it matches up perfect. And he was talking about February. We could do it sooner, but if he needs till February, that gives me more time, in the lab to start creating, get my Dexter's laboratory on.
That's awesome, man. Well, Chris, I know you've been super busy. This is probably today is Friday. It happened last Saturday. This has got to be interview number 10,000.
Man, and I feel bad because I've missed some. I need to get like a little booking agent. Like, I hate to even say it. I sound so pompous saying it, well, whatever. But like, I see why people have these people that are like, "Hey, Mr. Barnett, you need this is your 1 o'clock. This is your 2 o'clock. This is," because I was doing one, and then this person was calling in as I was doing one, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, hang on 1 second. I promise I'll be there. Give me like 5 minutes for real, man." But yeah, no, like, yeah, this is what I know I had to do. This is home. So definitely push somebody aside for y'all, man. Just remember that.
We appreciate it, man. We're truly humbled by the fact that you would take time to come back to what you kind of call your roots, right? And not necessarily forget about the NFC where you fought before. But man, we wish you nothing but the best, man. Thank you for being a representative of Georgia. Thank you for being who you are and not changing who you are. It means a lot to us, man. Us who are still here at the NFC, as we look back on you and, with huge smiles, man. We thank you for being you, man. And congratulations on last week's victory, man. That was awesome.
I appreciate the love, man. Like, always be there, always be there. I try to slide to them NFC events when I can, and whatnot. But definitely, man, I definitely appreciate the love and support.
Now you can buy the VIP sections, right?
I knew he was going to go there. You're going to have to tell him that you're with me because he's going to charge you now for sure. All right, Chris. Thank you so much, man. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon, brother.
No problem, man. Thank y'all.
All right, congrats. That dude's awesome, man.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
I'll send him the invoice for that VIP.
I know you will. I know you will. If you're with Chris, now you got to pay. It's almost backwards. All right, so cool. Let's round off the show. I mean, we've been on for over an hour now. I have a lovely lady sitting on deck right now that wants to talk to us about some big plans for the NFC coming up here at the end of the year. Hello, Charlene.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
Yep, you're so patiently waiting. I was watching you there. I have like a little deck on the bottom of the screen, and I'm watching you there, just being so patient, which you never are patient during the fights, but
I have
you,
time tonight. I have
yeah.
time to be patient.
Jose,
How do
are
you
you
have
ready?
better lighting than I do?
I don't know.
I need to,
Everyone has. You're in your basement, dude. You're like in a dungeon.
on my mom's dial up.
Yeah, Charlene, I'm glad you're patient because usually on fight nights you're not patient. Jose, what time is it? Jose, is it time? Jose, are
I'm
we
a
gonna
very
start now?
punctual person.
Obviously. So talk to us. Big plans. I have the little banner there on the top right corner of the screen. I have the ticker running at the bottom, talking about this food drive.
Okay, so really what I'm looking forward to is having the NFC community help people within the NFC community. We're going to do this by putting together food boxes, which would be filled with Christmas dinner. So frozen turkeys, veggies, sides, rolls, desserts, everything that a family would need for Christmas dinner. We are going to deliver them 2 days before Christmas, December 23rd. Our goal is 40 boxes. For our first year, 40 boxes, 40 families. We're going to have 2 different pickup locations. Hopefully, we will have some volunteers to help deliver boxes if they need to be delivered. And then the way we are paying for all of that is by donations to our NFC Venmo and our NFC Cash App. And I'll be putting the boxes together myself. I'll be stretching those dollars as far as I can to get as many boxes made as possible.
Okay, so let me break this down. Hang on, Oblast, before you get real technical. Let me break this down. So people can donate money to the NFC Cash App or Venmo, right? Then that will be completely transparent. Everyone will know what money is being given, right? So that we know nobody's, especially in today's world, right? No shadiness going on at all. Totally transparent. NFC takes that money. They put together 40 boxes of food, and then they deliver that to people in need.
Yes.
Awesome. Go ahead, Oblast. Did I understand? So I got that. Yeah, I know you're surprised. I see it in your eyes, Oblast. You're like, damn, he got it.
She needs to go like Jonathan Francois and act like she can't hear anything I say. So the website.
He had the right idea.
NFCfighting.com/NFC Holiday Food Drive, or you can just go on NFCfighting.com. It's right there. We've got the Venmo that you can screenshot on your phone. We've got the Cash App that you can screenshot on your phone right there. One question tell us a little bit. I know everything about you. Tell people a little bit about the charity you've done before, the golf tournaments, your experience putting together those kind of charities.
So I just always feel better about myself. And it's the same for everybody when you are able to give, whether it's your time or financially. And Christmas, we always do the toy drive, and we have donated, NFC has donated over 10,000 toys, I'm sure. I don't know a number. But this year, switching it up a little bit. First of all, Toys for Tots isn't really taking in outside volunteers, which is something we used to do. So I figured, why not feed our families that need to be fed? And that Christmas dinner is always a little bit more important than the gifts. At least it is in our family. Being able to cook together, sit at a table together. It's really important for me to be able to put that in front of a family that needs it. And so I feel good about donating the food.
And I believe you've already come in and said you'd contribute, 10 boxes, I think?
Yeah, so I'll get on the Cash App in just a minute, and I'm going to send over money to cover 10 boxes. So 10 families.
Holy smokes. That's pretty
How much are you doing, Jose?
Put me on the spot, why don't you? What does a box cost on average? Like,
I'm thinking a box is going to cost about $100. That's what I think. Between the turkey, the sides, the veggies, I'm going to throw in potatoes for mashed potatoes and desserts and rolls. I'm thinking $100 a box. I've never done this before, so I'm not sure. And I can be a bargain shopper, so I am going to stretch this money as far as we can. But I'm thinking $100 a box.
Okay. Well, you both know what I make to announce, right? We're not going to disclose that, right? But I'll take what I get paid for the next show, which is next Saturday, and I'll donate it to this cause.
Oh, Jose, thank you.
What do you got to say now, Mr. Oblas?
So that's 2 shows, right?
No. Take it easy. I got to.
All right, David, how much are you?
I'll go and I'll match your 10 boxes, so $1,000.
Oh my goodness, really? Yes. So that's 20 families. Our goal is 20 more. So I want to see people getting on Venmo and Cash App tonight.
I know Nate Mann told me he's good for $100 at least, so he's in there.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's one thing, Charlene, I might need some sparring. See, a lot of people that are watching this may not know this, right? Because they see you at the fights. You know, you're looking beautiful, always dressed up and looking awesome with your makeup and your hair, and your nails are perfect. Show me your nails. Show me your nails. You just got your nails done. Yes. See, your nails are perfect all the time. There was a couple of years ago, there was a girl I was training, and she was getting ready for a boxing tournament. And I needed sparring. So I just put it out on Facebook. Hey, I need some female sparring. And Charlene says, I'll do it. And I was like, what? Charlene? I was like, whatever. Then somebody said to me that, you know, she used to train with the old timer Gary Brown, used to train with George Allen. And I was like, wait a minute. These are real. Like, if she trains like with George Allen, she's got to know what she's doing. She shows up to the gym. She wasn't conditioned, right? She wasn't training to fight or anything. She gets in the gym and she's like, hands are up, heads moving. I was like, what the hell? Y'all be careful. Be careful with Charlene. If you make her angry at the fights, she'll get feisty. But if she got to throw some hands, she can throw some hands. That was impressive.
I get it a lot. People are like, you don't know what you're talking about. And, you know, you've never been in a gym before. I was in a gym before a lot of these people were born. I started in 98. And I went until I started having kids. And then even after I had my kids, I enjoy going to the gym. I'm just a very lazy person and I don't stay conditioned. And I go when I want to hit something.
That sounds good. Well, you're not being lazy about this thing. And thank you so much for doing this for the NFC. And it makes us look good and it makes us feel good.
I forgot to say, so in order to register to get a food box, I am going to open up that link on Thanksgiving night, and it will be pinned in the NFC community, and it will be on the NFC website, and it's going to be an easy form. You fill it out with your information, and then that's how we will be able to send out the boxes. You can fill it out for a family member, or yourself. It's going to be open to fighters and trainers, anybody within the NFC community. And then hopefully we don't get more people than we have boxes, but we'll figure that out if it comes.
Well, sounds good. Oblas, what was that site again?
NFCfighting.com/NFC Holiday Food Drive. Or just go to NFCfighting.com. It'll be on the homepage there. It does have, if you'd like to be a recipient, to contact Charlene. I put her email address on there. Once she puts the form together, we will put on the NFC community page on Facebook as well. We're including the mass emails. I think in the next fight in the program, we'll have the Venmo and Cash App in the actual program that everyone gets with the lineup. So hopefully you can encourage them, Jose, on the mic as they get drunk during the evening to start hitting that Venmo and Cash App. Usually brings in more money at the end of the night than it does at the beginning of the night. And again, we don't want people to donate their food. We want people to donate money so Charlene can buy the food in bulk. So. And
if you can't donate money, I will also be needing volunteers as far as helping me fill boxes or maybe delivering some boxes. Or if you do have the hookup with some sort of food vendor or gift cards or anything like that, just get with me separate.
Sounds good. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Charlene, thank you so much just for being who you are to the NFC and for doing this thing for the holidays.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, dude. Holy smokes. An hour and 15 minutes. We did it. That's what we said we'd take.
We got through 6 people. We thought it'd be longer than this. We flew through it.
And everybody showed up.
Everyone had good internet connections. Everyone's welcome back. Except Jonathan Francois.
He didn't want to hear you talk, man.
He's probably still listening, but
yeah,
I like the guy. But don't knock out our top ticket seller and then also act like you can't hear me.
He wanted to talk to me. Yeah. He wanted to talk to Throwdown. He gave me a name. My name is Throwdown.
He had no interest in talking to Discount Dana.
All right, well, dude, that's awesome. I don't know when we're coming back. Hopefully next Friday. And what we can't do next Friday because that's the weigh-ins. I don't know if you want to do a pre-show to next week or Scan.
Let's possibly look to do it next Friday. Let's get Jesse back on since it'll be a pre-fight. He knows the ins and outs of all the guys, any controversy that goes on at weigh-ins. Maybe that'd be fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll just do a half an hour next Friday, and it'll just be the three of us just kind of talking about the show that'll happen next Saturday.
Awesome.
All right, cool. Well, thank you everyone who tuned in and watched us. Special thanks to everyone that joined us on the call, from Mike Bardsley, Jonathan Francois, Travis Floyd, Josh Marr, of course, Chris Barnett, and Charlene Dickson at the end. I'm Jose Santiago. That's the boss man, David Oblas. Thanks for checking out the NFC Podcast.